Hey, welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm your host, Jamie Henderson, and I am excited to tell you who I have on the show today. This is a friend, a colleague, and certainly someone that I look up to, Mr. Stephen Lancaster. Welcome, Stephen. Thank you for coming.
And thank you for having me, Jamie.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're
Thank you.
excited to have you. So Stephen is our new director of the Small Business Center here at CCC. Tell us a little bit about your background, Stephen, and what led you to Cleveland Community College.
Okay. So basically, I have over 26 years of experience in higher education. And I primarily worked at Central Piedmont Community College in a number of different roles. I was director of financial aid for a number of years, and then I transitioned into an associate dean position there. And eventually, I relocated to the Kings Mountain area in Cleveland County. And when I saw that there was a position available in the College and Career Readiness Program, I looked at the job description. I kind of did some research on how that position would impact students. And I said, you know, that's something that I think I would love to do. So I took the plunge. I made the transition from Central Piedmont, a very large, second largest institution in the state of North Carolina. And then I transitioned to Cleveland Community College, and I served as the director of the College and Career Readiness Program for over 3 years. And I love the job. I love the impact that our program helps to move the needle in terms of adult high school equivalency, as well as helping non-English language speakers become proficient in English, and I love the job. Well, I did that for 3 years, and then I saw that the position for the director of the Small Business Center became available, and I said, wait a minute, I love what I'm doing, I love the college, I love the environment, I love the atmosphere, but I have a whole plethora of experience as it pertains to small business. You know, I've taught business classes. I helped design the entrepreneurship program at Central Piedmont as an adjunct instructor, and I taught business classes for over 15 years. And then I'm also a business owner, and I do business consulting and leadership training. So I said, you know what, this is maybe something that I believe that the Lord, a door that He's opened. So I took the plunge again, and I applied for the position, and the leadership here was gracious enough to afford me the opportunity to fill that role, and I'm here today. I'm now serving as the director of the Small Business Center here at Cleveland Community College.
That's excellent. What a wonderful backstory of experience, Stephen. I think I learned a little bit during that introduction as well. I couldn't think of a better person to be over the Small Business Center after hearing that, and
Thank you.
Just to know the great things you've done here at CCC while you've been here, and the role that you had in the College and Career Readiness, and just to see that expand and see those numbers grow has been impeccable. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank
absolutely.
You
So, Small Business Center. We've got viewers out here, and even some, you know, even probably me before I got here at Cleveland Community College that really didn't know what the Small Business Center is. So tell me what the Small Business Center is and where is it?
Okay. So first, I'll tell you where we're located. We're actually located in the LeGrand Center. If you were to enter the continuing education main office, my office is actually located in that suite. So of course, you go to that office and you would ask to speak to me as the director of the Small Business Center. But outside of our location, the Small Business Center here at the college, we offer a lot of resources to budding entrepreneurs. And, you know, I get excited when I talk about this because, you know, Cleveland County is a certified entrepreneurial community. So, you know, one of the facets that encourage entrepreneurs and help prop them up to become business owners is our department. So what we do is we offer a lot of free business consultation, and then we offer business seminars that are free and in virtual format to entrepreneurs to help them become more informed and to help them to kind of get up and grow those businesses so they'll be viable and they'll have customers and they'll be profitable here in the community. So when I talk about our business consultation, naturally I work with a lot of new clients that are considering starting a business here in the county, and I walk them through the process of starting that business, how to make it official. Because a lot of times what I've found is that people have a desire to become an entrepreneur, but they've mystified the whole process. So what I do is my job is to demystify the process of launching that business and really making it official. And then as I stay connected to our clients, I let them know that, our interaction is very organic and it's a relationship. So once you do what I call homework and now you get the business started and you go to the various agencies to get the business started, then I want you to contact me back. Then what we'll do is we'll do a deep dive into who your customers are, and then that will lead us to talk about maybe marketing, or if there are questions about legal services or just tax issues as it pertains to businesses. I have the privilege of being able to contract with local professionals in order to answer those questions. So I do have contracted professionals that I work with that specialize in the area of legal services, accountancy for those accounting questions, and then one that I'm very proud of is marketing. We live in a society today as business owners that, whether you have a brick and mortar facility or you don't have a brick and mortar facility, you must have a strong social media and web presence in order to stay in the game. So our marketing professional, she's very good at helping our business owners. Once they start the business, let's talk about how we can get the word out to our customers here in Cleveland County and maybe abroad about the products and the services that we offer. So the key word here is we offer these services free. And a lot of our residents here in Cleveland County, they're unaware that these services even exist, but everybody should take advantage of them because they're free. So we offer these free services to our residents here in Cleveland County so we can help them become and take the launch into entrepreneurship.
All right. So the favorite two things that you just said was resources and free.
Yeah.
Wow. I can imagine there's a lot of people out here, a lot of our viewers that don't know about these resources or that they're actually free. Now, you mentioned new business entrepreneurs. What about someone that already has started a small business?
Yes, and that's a very good question, Jamie. So I do have a few clients that their businesses they're profitable, but maybe the business has plateaued. That you provide a service or you provide a product that meets the need of a consumer, but our consumer population changes. So how do I change how I market that product or service? Or maybe I need to find out how I can revamp the services that I provide to further meet the needs of the customers that are here in Cleveland County. So I work with them. We kind of do a deep dive into what they offer. We talk about marketing just to make sure that, a lot of people have websites, but they don't use social media.
Right.
So we talk about that. Maybe we need to transition, keep the website, but we need to work on having a stronger social media presence. And then we also look at just the product or the service in general, just to make sure that if you've plateaued, our goal is to help you become more profitable. So we work with current business owners as well.
All right. You keep bringing up the social media. Wow, that's huge. That is so huge. And we often have companies that reach out to us at Cleveland Community College that are like, do you have any interns that can run my social media? So they understand that the need is that you want a big social media presence.
Right.
I've Googled and I've been on your website. Even if you just Google Small Business Center, it comes up and it shows these resources that you have. I saw that you have a social media class coming up and it's free.
Yes.
And it's just, it's online, is
Yes.
that right?
All of our classes are offered through the Small Business Center Network, and they're virtual. They're free and they're virtual.
How convenient for that.
Yes.
Yeah. So if I was interested, even if I didn't have a small business or wasn't looking into starting one soon, I could actually jump on
Yes.
to that and just go on the website and sign up for it.
Maybe you're thinking about taking the plunge.
Yeah, maybe.
Take the class.
Take the class.
Take the
and
class.
Get more information on that. So you're located in the LeGrand, but aren't there a few off-sites as well?
Yes. Well, number one, Dr. Hurst has a lot of vision in terms of what he hopes and prays that the college will actually transition into. And as a result of that vision, he's been gracious enough to help open an office in Kings Mountain.
Excellent.
So we have an office in Kings Mountain that I'm able to man on Wednesdays, full-time on Wednesdays, to provide, good services to the residents that are in Kings Mountain. And then the city of Boiling Springs, they've actually given us a space for free because they also understand the importance of entrepreneurship to their community. They've actually given us a space in the town hall building, and we have a space there where I provide full-time coverage 9 to 4 on Tuesdays. So we have those remote sites just to kind of have a presence in those communities to kind of encourage individuals that have the idea that then maybe I want to start a business. And then furthermore, we also want to have a presence just to let residents know that Cleveland County or Cleveland Community College is there for you.
So we're pretty well into 2026 now, and you know everybody has new year, new goals. Have you seen an uptick since the new year has started?
Yes, it's interesting that you brought that up. So basically, when I took over the role, I revamped the website to provide a link where if anyone is interested in requesting counseling through our department, they could click a button and it will actually take them to an online request form. Over the break, I was checking emails, and I want to say we had about 10 to 12 people that requested online, or they requested counseling through our department, and the numbers are continuing to grow. So, you know, of course, those New Year's resolutions where people make a decision that I'm gonna do something new, or something that I would desire to do in the new year. We're seeing that, but again, yes, we've seen an uptick in individuals that are requesting counseling as we go into the new year.
Excellent, excellent. Well, hey, as we go into this break, we're going to come back shortly and talk with Mr. Lancaster. I want to hear more about how I could meet with you and what that first meeting would look like. All right, so we'll go to break now. Welcome back to Talk of the Town. I'm your host, Jamie Henderson, and we've been talking with Mr. Stephen Lancaster today from the Small Business Center. And if you missed us before the break, we were talking about all the free resources that the Small Business Center offers, and that Stephen does have an office here at the LeGrand that you can meet with him. And if I wanted to meet with you, tell me this. Here's the big question. Because you hear about business plan, business plan, business plan. Do I need to have a business plan in place before I come and meet with you? Okay,
in order to meet with us or meet with me in the Small Business Center, no, you do not.
There's the answer. No, you do not.
The million-dollar question is, what a business plan is really, it's not a guarantee of success, but it allows you as a budding entrepreneur to think about questions that you traditionally wouldn't think about. You know, you talk about deep diving in who your customers are. Do you have a product or service that meets the needs of a customer? Who's the competition for your business? It allows you to think about startup costs. You know, a lot of questions that you normally would not ask yourself, you can actually go through the process of developing a business plan. And what it does, I would like to think of a business plan as a confidence builder. Because if you're able to successfully complete that business plan, then you're in a position where you can ensure your success while at the same time minimizing the risk of launching the business, because you're not going into it unaware. But again, to meet with me, no. I may ask you during an initial consult, do you have a business plan? But in the absence of one, I'm still going to assist you, and we're still going to move forward with a game plan to help you make your entrepreneurial dreams a reality.
Excellent, excellent. So when I think about Cleveland Community College and I think about the students and the programs that they're taking here and the some of the programs that we offer these students will eventually be entrepreneurs. You know,
Correct.
and you've got the Barbering Academy and cosmetology or estheticians, and you know those students could come to you and work with you on the resources and get a business started up. But do you have to be a student at Cleveland to?
No, you do not.
Okay.
No, you do not. I'm doing a lot of work currently to, well, my predecessor has done a lot of work to lay the framework and the foundation of reaching out to local agencies that come in contact with people that mention that they want to be a business owner or an entrepreneur. And what I'm trying to do is just to kind of keep the momentum going with those relationships. And then even within the college, you mentioned that there are a lot of programs that we offer where students, upon completion of our programs, whether they realize it or not, they're actually transitioning into an entrepreneurial role. So we're working as a college to kind of find ways for me to get in front of these students so I can present to them the same information that we have free services, you know, that we offer, that when you finish or prior to you finishing your diploma or your degree, let's sit down and talk about your business idea so we can make sure that we not only equip those students to be successful with the know-how to operate the business, but they can actually go into and launch a business that will be viable and successful.
Excellent, excellent. What a great resource for students as they come here and get finished with their program and have this free resource to help them out. And I mentioned, you know, the Barber Academy and things, but I mean, you've got HVAC and plumbers.
Electrical.
Yeah, we're just full of entrepreneurs here.
Yes.
And small business is the backbone of Cleveland County.
It is, it is. So we're doing our best to kind of ensure that they're successful.
So for someone out there that's thinking about starting a small business, but they're unsure, maybe they have that idea in mind, but they're really unsure, what advice would you give them?
Come see me.
Come see.
Come see me. And I say that because I'm passionate about the work that we do with in terms of entrepreneurship. You know, we can sit down and have an appointment. You'll give me your business idea. And then what I like to do is take my clients through a business model canvas where we'll go through and I will ask them those questions that kind of determine whether the business idea is something that can really be profitable here in Cleveland County. You could have a great idea, but the question is, do the consumers here in this area, do they need it? So we kind of go through those checks and balances through the business model canvas to ask those questions, those hard questions, and then we go from there, and hopefully we can conclude that meeting with someone saying that this is something that I really want to do, and then I can tell them the next steps.
All right, so I actually live with a small business owner. My husband is a small business owner, and it's not that easy.
No.
You've got to grind. Is that right? Would you agree?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. But you know, and that's the thing. It's simple to start the business, but maintaining those relationships in terms of customers and continuing to move the needle to get new customers, that's the challenge. And that is one of the things that I work with all of our clients, just to make sure that you don't plateau. You always have to constantly be re-imaging and reimagining your business to meet the needs of the changing consumer market. So it's a lot of work, it's a lot of grind, but it's very rewarding.
It is rewarding.
It is rewarding.
There is something to be said about making your own schedule, even though it's a 24/7 job when you're
but it's yours.
Yes, it is yours. There is something to be said about, you know, it being yours and it, you know, rewarding. But a lot of hard work comes with that.
Yes, it is.
And you know that story.
Yes.
You have that background.
It is. It's a lot of hard work. But again, when it's yours, it's different.
So the good thing about the Small Business Center is that even if you've been in business and maybe you are plateauing, or it's, you know, your sales are going down, or your clients are going down, you do offer those services for free for industries that are already have a business and have been in business.
And like I said, the biggest thing that I've found is that it's going to be the marketing. You know, you offer a quality product or service, but are you really getting the word out? Is everyone aware of what you offer? You know, so, you know, you could have a period where, you know, everyone knows, and, you know, people can age out of businesses and you lose customers. And then how do I reinvent myself to get new customers? And like I said before, we're in a technology-driven age where social media is everything. So, and they have this thing called search engine optimization. The field of marketing is so broad, you need a professional to look at what you're doing, to kind of help you revamp what you're doing, to address the needs of consumers as it pertains to technology, so you can further reach out to them.
Yes, you're right about the technology, and it's changing
Yes,
every
it is.
day. It is changing every day. And good thing is we do have technology classes here too, so
Yes,
to
we do.
align with those resources.
Put a plug in.
Yes, we do have the plug-in. Hi, I want to know what is the best way to contact you if someone's looking for you?
Well, the best way to reach me, naturally, my contact information, my telephone number is 704-669-4146 here at the college. I believe that they're putting my email address on the screen.
Yeah, we have your on the screen now.
For those that might be interested in reaching me via email. I'm very accessible via email. But then the other thing is this: I encourage you, that you want to sit down and just have a meet and greet with me in regards to a business idea, or you want to address some things or ask questions about a pre-existing business, just go to our website, the Small Business Center website located at the Cleveland Community College's website. If you go to our Small Business Center website, there's a link or button on my page that says Request Online Counseling. And you click on that button, and that will work. That will start the process of you and I starting to schedule an appointment to meet. So, contact me via telephone or email, but when all else fails, request a counseling session, and we can go from there.
I have a cell number, so you can contact me too. I'll get in touch with him for you. You mentioned business idea, and you had mentioned earlier about startup cost. For somebody out here that has a business idea but really doesn't know, where the funds going to come from? What type of resources are available at the Small Business Center to kind of guide someone in the right direction?
Well, okay, so to answer your question, I do speak with clients individually when it comes to financing options. There's a few options out there in terms of microloans or just lending for small businesses to help them find the funding to like seed money to start up the business. But I normally kind of look at where the person is at, because there are parameters and there are things that need to be in place before we explore that option, such as a business plan. But the initial cost to start a business, so back to your original question, is the cost to start a business is very nominal. Naturally, if you're going to start a business, you actually can go to the Register of Deeds and register your business or your assumed business name as a sole proprietorship for a very nominal cost. I think it's either $25, $26. And it becomes, your name becomes official as a business owner. What I've seen is an uptick in the types of businesses that have been started, where I work with some clients and we look at the types of product or services that they offer, and if there's the potential for any type of liability or risk, then what we talk about is maybe the business structure needs to be an LLC as opposed to a sole proprietorship. The cost of recording the application for the Articles of Organization, which is the application to apply for that business structure as a limited liability company, it's about $125. And you actually submit that through the North Carolina Secretary of State. But again, the cost to launch or start a business is very nominal. But when we get into additional means of funding to start the business, that's a conversation that I like to kind of sit down with the client, see what their funding needs are, and then we kind of determine the best way to approach that and what's necessary to kind of talk to various lenders and other agencies that work with new entrepreneurs to find seed money.
Right. And correct me if I'm wrong, Stephan, you work with nonprofit agencies as well?
I do. I'm not going to drop any names, but I recently worked with one nonprofit. It was a very rewarding experience to kind of help them revise their online and their social media presence. And it was that in particular consultation meeting was very rewarding because we looked at what they had out there and we started working through that process to kind of help them increase their giving. And when they revamped their website and they really started revamping their social media presence to include like videos to kind of tell their story, they seen an immediate uptick in the number of people that visited their website and their social media presence.
Excellent.
And then we saw some small incremental increases in their giving. So yes, I do work with nonprofits. I get excited about a lot of this.
I can tell
but
you're
again,
excited when I mention nonprofits.
anyone that has a business idea, whether it's for profit or nonprofit, we'll be glad to work with you. They're free services. So my job is to connect you to resources that will help you be successful.
So again, free resources, working with nonprofits and profit, as
Correct.
well as new businesses, entrepreneurs that are maybe just have an idea. So working with all levels there. Excellent. And I imagine a lot of this is confidential, so certainly can't share that. But
Right.
what type of businesses are you seeing an uptick in and a need for here in Cleveland County? Or
And I'm gonna be honest with you, I cannot pinpoint one particular industry that I've seen businesses in. I mean, one of the things that I just get so excited about is that every client interaction is different. You know, I just met with someone recently. Their business, they're interested in starting a business to sell magnets.
wow.
And we've talked, and they educate me on the services and the products that they provide, rather. And I'm just listening to them. And as they inform me about what they want to do, and I'm like, okay, so how does this meet the need of a consumer? And then as we talk about the different types of products they can provide, as they're talking, I'm thinking about, okay, this agency might need it, and this agency might need it. So there's no one particular type of business that I've seen, you know, currently. But again, every business, all these ideas are just different. But I'll say this, and then I'll allow you to move on. I get so passionate about it because I see their passion in it. You know, magnets. Magnets.
When I think about magnets, I think about save the dates.
But the client was
and-
so passionate about it that I'm like, I can work with you.
That's excellent.
So, you know, it's I love doing it, and it's a beautiful experience in the diversity of the different types of businesses.
Well, hey, Stephen, I got one more question for you, and then we'll
Yes,
wrap
ma'am.
up.
Okay.
At Cleveland Community College, in our mission, it's, you know, we're driving student success and economic development. As a new director over at the Small Business Center, what is your vision for the next 2 years?
Okay, that's a good question.
Put you on
Well,
the spot there.
You did, but let me just say this. You know, the one thing that I will say is that I'm very passionate about the type of work that I do as the director of the Small Business Center. You know, as a driver of economic development in the county, I would like to see as many businesses that I encounter. I think I might have met with at least about 40 or 50 clients
Wow.
thus far. I would like to see every last one of those clients grow their business to where they are successful. Some of them are actually starting their business as their sole income. So the sense of urgency in launching the business is different. Others are launching their businesses as supplemental income. But nevertheless, my goal is to see every citizen of Cleveland County that has a desire to be an entrepreneur. My prayer and my desire is that they be successful in whatever they find their hands to do. So
That's excellent.
I don't know if that's the answer, but
That sounds like the
but
answer
that's my
to
desire.
me. That sounds like the answer to me. I am so glad that I got to talk with you today.
Likewise.
And I look forward to hearing all the successful stories come out of the Small Business Center. If you have an idea for a business, reach out to Stephen, Mr. Lancaster here at the Small Business Center. But if you have an idea for a story, reach out to us at info@C19TV. We'd love to hear what you want to hear. Thank you for listening with us today, and we'll see you again next week.